From scorching Lu winds to monsoons that shape the nation, India's climate is a wild ride. Let's break it down. What are Kalbaisakhi, also known as nor'westers? These are sudden violent thunderstorms that occur in the pre-monsoon season, usually from March to May, in states like West Bengal, Odisha, Assam and Bihar. They bring strong winds, heavy rain and sometimes even hailstorms, which are actually vital for agriculture.
What are low winds? Well, these are extremely hot and dry winds that blow across North India during the peak of summer, mostly in May and June. Temperatures can soar to between 45 and 50 degrees Celsius, and honestly, they can cause serious heat strokes.
Mango showers and cherry blossom showers. Let's talk about those. Mango showers are those pre-monsoon rains in South India that help with mango ripening. Cherry blossom showers, on the other hand, are pre-monsoon rains in Coorg, Karnataka, and they really favor coffee plantations.
So what is the South-West Monsoon, you might wonder? Well, it's basically India's major rainy season, running from June to September, and honestly, it brings about 3/4 of India's annual rainfall. The monsoon originates from the Indian Ocean and then moves northeast towards India, carrying all that much-needed rain.
Now, why is the Southwest Monsoon considered a continuation of the southeast trade winds? Here's the thing. Trade winds from the southern hemisphere actually cross the equator, and then due to the Earth's rotation, they get deflected to the right or eastward and move towards India.
So, what exactly are trade winds and which direction do they flow? Well, globally, these winds move from the subtropical highs, which are around 30 degrees north and south, towards the equatorial low at 0 degrees. Their direction is northeast in the northern hemisphere and southeast in the southern hemisphere.
So, Ferrell's law and the trade winds, well, because of Earth's rotation, known as the Coriolis effect, winds actually deflect to the right in the northern hemisphere and to the left in the southern hemisphere.
What is the monsoon trough? It's basically a low-pressure belt that stretches across North India, and it's what guides those monsoon winds inland.
When the monsoon trough shifts southward, that's what we call an active monsoon. This movement brings some seriously intense rainfall across most of India. So a northward migration actually means a break in the monsoon. That leads to dry spells, weaker rainfall, and just longer gaps between the rains. What's the main reason for October heat in India? Well, it's a mix of clear skies, the retreating monsoon, and high humidity, all coming together to create some seriously scorching heat. Koppen's climate classification in India, right? It divides the country into 5 climate zones using letters. A for tropical, B for dry, C for warm temperate, D for cold, and E for polar. So why is Northeast India and North Bengal called CWG? Well, C stands for warm temperate, W means dry winter, and G refers to humid summers. Basically, it's because of those heavy monsoon rains, but the winters are pretty dry. La Niña and El Niño, and their impact on India, are actually pretty significant. El Niño usually means a weak monsoon, more droughts, and even wildfires in India. On the other hand, La Niña brings a strong monsoon, which can lead to excessive rains and sometimes floods across the country. So, how does La Niña favor the Indian monsoon? Well, it strengthens the trade winds, pushes warm waters west, and that leads to strong monsoons in India. It's a fascinating connection, isn't it? So here's the thing, there's this north-south pressure pattern over India, high pressure in the south and low pressure in the north, right? This setup actually guides those moist trade winds straight to India. All right, let's talk about Mahawat. It's basically winter rainfall in northwest India, and honestly, it's crucial for rabi crops like wheat and barley. Now, does El Niño lead to droughts and wildfires? Absolutely yes. El Niño weakens the monsoon, which means less rainfall, and that in turn causes crop failure and even forest fires. India's irrigation stats are pretty interesting. About 48.8% of the land is irrigated, while 51% relies on rain-fed agriculture. So why do coastal areas have such an equable climate? Well, it's because water helps moderate temperature, which means it reduces those extreme swings between heat and cold. Ever wondered why air pressure differences actually reverse the monsoon winds? During winter, high pressure builds over the Indian Ocean, and that causes the winds to reverse direction, moving from land to sea. That's what we call the winter monsoon. India's climate is honestly as dynamic as its geography, so hit like, share, and hey, stay curious.